here I am, realizing that he's not at all. And that is what happens most of the time. Most of the people who take up the faith ends up believing some things and realizing that they have to fall away from it. People who go to swearing in the same situation, they fall away. So is it necessary to go into swear or anything? I don't think so. Now, the clock is being turned at us, and we are not realizing it. It's as simple as that. We go through the books, and I'm sure you get a clue. But I'm glad that I am alive today to sit here, to be speaking, to be speaking on this video in every intention and hope that you will definitely come across it. You will hear it sometime. You will sort of, it might end up in your hands, unbelievably. I think I can give myself that much and trust that can be the case. Do I have to pray and ask God for anything? I mean, whatever it says that we do is entirely up to Him. If he sees it right, because what am I? I'm a man. If He sees it right in His own kind and good heart, and the definition and the way that I present Him, saying these things is right, then He's capable of making it work or making it go through to everybody. Because He can, if He wants to reach out to people through me, fine. But at the end of the day, I'm even the type that will not think along that line. I think along the line of God's ability, being established, being recognized, being respected, being given the privileges of all, to show that yes, at the end of the day, He can reach out to people, not necessarily through anybody, not through anybody actually. He can do the work if He has to reach out to anybody without my help or your help or anybody's help. Whether we have to work there or not, He can reach out to everybody with our help. And I don't know, others think differently of that, but also the book confirmed what I'm saying, that He can reach us He can reach all of us. All the human race, without any hassle at all of Himself, or trying to struggle with anybody, or trying to get people to get that done for Him. If I'm saying that they are not matching or the books are not the same, what am I saying? If you read the books, the Bible, in Genesis, you can see clearly there the disobedience. It moves on to Noah. You can see clearly there any disobedience. Noah had to, follow through, and what happened to him and his family. It's all clear there. But the chain of life and how it should be established or be embraced was falling in a different approach or a different way that you probably, or me or anybody, recognize it, but still see it right or fit to do for some reason. I don't know. I will find myself in this state of uncertainty. It could be used to seen as a double-mindedness. Whatever it is, fine. But if you're in that state, you are struggling to get answers, and that is your main aspiration, to get answers, to seek for answers, good answers to your problems, and recognize it that at the end of the day, you have to approach it in an open-minded way. You shouldn't think that you are part of this group, and so you have to speak for that group, or speak in terms of what the groups would expect you to speak. I mean, that is so wrong. That is so big time wrong. I mean, why should that be the case? Why should you try to honestly seek for truth through a biased approach? I mean, you're not balancing the situation to respect the view of the other, and that person's view might could be very good, very, very good and very helpful in every way. They say that the genealogy, I can point one out as we know, whereby man being breathed under just two different, a man and a woman being the very beginning for all the production. Yet there are lapses where you realize that the children that comes out of this the first relationship, one has to end up somewhere to sort of get associated to other people who were also there. So maybe there are other people there, but the very God we are talking about is a God who only He created us separately from every other creation. Maybe so when the Bible or the religion book, just book, Quran or whatever talks about, it talks about this very world, or talks about God created heaven and earth. He's talking about this generation or this group of people, that is me and you. He's talking about we in this world. It has no maybe relation to those of Pluto, or if there is anybody in any other planet. This is the planet that He created for humanity. This is the planet that we live. This is the planet we spend. So in every way, He's trying to suggest or tell us straight ahead that, hey, this is your place, this is your heaven, this is your earth. The other place is none of your concern. So it's like, it could be that kind of interpretation. I don't know. All that I've said once again, I'll say it again, is if God wants to speak to me, I don't need an interpreter. He will speak to me for me to understand. Because He actually can make me understand more than I can even understand myself. That is the abilities that I attribute to God. I don't know what you attribute to God. Now, does it matter me attributing all that? Does that mean that my life should go well and things should be? I don't say that. But I definitely believe. That is what belief is about. That is what knowledge is about. I definitely believe and think that the magnificent God that created the heavens and the earth and this unique place, including myself, is capable of granting me whatever it is that I'm thinking that He can grant me. He is capable of every, So if I'm not thinking along the right line, then I'm bound to have complications. I'm bound to have difficulties. I'm bound to be rejected. But I'm sure that you will listen to this message. There's nothing to reject, but to embrace. If you go to the Quran, also we read statements that give advices to the Islamic people as to what to do, what they should really do to their enemies. Or apart from that, it also gives you the beginning of a man and what that man should do. Now, it also give you advice of women and what they should do, but it's a book also that gives you the liberty to realize that, okay, they are following. They actually, in some way, somehow show some of the signs of following up the tradition. Because Abraham, in marriages, or was not polygamy, was something that they don't have problem with it, as is being invented in this book. That even this book supported that there is no problem with polygamy. But this book, the followers are teaching something different from what this book had to say, because they believe that polygamy in our current day life is the matter. That means the Bible also, we don't have any current day written Bible except this. Does that make that not authentic? No. It can be authentic. But we are not talking about these times. We are talking about today, this moment. Is there any book that is authentic? You take this and you say it is authentic. This is authentic. This is not authentic as long as this generation is concerned. As long as the current status of life is concerned, it is not authentic. And it's the same way with the Quran also. So let's think things through carefully when we sort of analyzing things. The Quran says clearly that if you choose to hold this book dearly, if you choose to sort of hold it dearly and follow all these things, well, you will be blessed. And Allah, most gracious and holy, graceful God, and gracious God will be with you and give you all that you need. The standard, even if you carry out some violence in the name of Allah in doing something to honor Allah in some sense, you will be given some privileges or some sort of thank you gestures. Now, people have strongly believed that and they take it up. The Quran is a book in its own uniqueness.